We have a good opportunity right now to help the private sector in Ukraine. We are doing it by providing short-term resources, a lot of trade financing, working capital, and we are focusing on agriculture as an area which is quite important for people to be able to survive. We are also working with the financial sector, and actually there is a bit of a resilience in the financial sector in Ukraine, surprisingly. And it gives us an opportunity to continue helping, supporting the companies we need working capital. Digital also is an important aspect of what we are doing. We are helping to keep the broadband going, keeping communication going, and we know that it's an essential part of economic development in Ukraine because a big part of the growth was generated by the digital sector. So this is something that we are doing. What we need and what we would like to do more of is to increase this investment and support the Ukrainian economy. We need more blended finance, I mean resources to guarantee our loans, to reduce the risk, because currently all investments that we are making in Ukraine are totally supported by our own balance sheet.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, obviously the challenge is, I guess, that the risk perception externally is still incredibly high when it comes to Ukraine, and that makes countries and businesses reluctant to engage.
Absolutely, that's the case. But we are seeing a movement. We are seeing main partners in Europe, in the US, looking at putting some resources together to support investment that we will be making in Ukraine. And we just have a strategy that was approved by our board, which allow us to extend up to $2 billion to Ukraine, is an approximative number. And we have two phases, short-term phases where we'll be addressing the immediate needs, working capital, some equity for some of the company, and a longer-term perspective. And in that context, our support is not as different as a commercial bank. We are not just providing financial resources, but knowledge. And actually, we signed last month in Paris an agreement with the Minister of Finance of Ukraine to be the main advisor on the PPP program. As you know, it will be essential, particularly for the reconstruction, to have a very strong PPP program so that we can generate a bankable project that we can bring to the market.
And how are you managing to work around the structural devastation that's being caused by Russian bombing?
What we are doing is that we are looking at financial intermediaries. So we are working a lot with the banks who are a more direct ability to assess the risk. We are strengthening the capabilities, the capacity, giving them credit lines. We are doing a lot of trade financing because one of the challenges that companies are facing in Ukraine is that they don't have access to trade financing currently. We are also providing short-term resources for capital, for working capital. And for that reason, if you look at the first half of IFC result, we have been increasing significantly our short-term financing to companies in not only in Ukraine but also in all these countries which are currently stressed with the current crisis.